T-Dub, man. Another episode today, bro. We're gonna start a brand new series. How you feeling, man?
Feeling good, bro. Feeling good.
We're gonna do like a little
Sir.
player profile series. We're gonna pick a player, a lesser known player from each team, or at least just not the most popular player from each team, from all 30 teams. We'll try to aim for at least 1 to 2 players a piece each video. And you know, pretty simple, man. Quick videos, just more content, more reps, more practice. Things of that nature. Iron sharpen iron. Yep.
Okay. Yeah,
All right,
nah, I
cool.
get it,
I'm
man.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm gonna go first, man. We're kind of just going in alphabetical order. So with the Atlanta Hawks, I want to cover Nikhil Alexander Walker, cousin of the two-time reigning MVP SGA. Shout out. Um, Nikhil is from Canada, man. Went to Virginia Tech. I also currently plays for the Hawks. Averaged 20 points per game last year, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Hell of a defender. Shot 40%, close to it for deep. Kind of efficient shooter. Um, he was really, obviously in Atlanta, the guy right now is Jalen Johnson, but also Alexander Walker is part of that core they're trying to develop, trying to build up in Atlanta right now. He was offensively kind of had like a tough series against the Knicks in the playoffs, but leading up to that series, Nikhil Alexander Walker played really good last year, like well deserving of most improved player. He was a great piece for the Timberwolves 2 seasons ago. You know what I'm saying? I was surprised they kind of let bro go, but they was like in a weird space from a cap standpoint. So Nikhil Alexander Walker, man, that is the player I'm spotlighting from the Hawks. He was a great player. He was a good player for them last year. I kind of expect for him to have another year, averaging at least 20 points per
Ooh.
game, efficient shooting, things of that nature. So,
All right. Well, player I decided to cover was Mikael Brown Jr., player from Louisville. It's where he attended college, where he played just a season. He's from Orlando, Florida, and he attended Louisville, like I just said. He only played 21 games for Louisville last year. Um, 33% of the season missed due to a lower back injury. He shot, you know, he averaged 18.2 points per game, shot 41% from the field, and about 34.5% three. So he's not a terrible shooter. I'm not sure if those percentages will go down in the league because three-point line's a little further back. He averaged 3.3 rebounds a game, 4.7 assists, so about 5 assists, and 1.2 steals, and 3.1 turnovers in 29 minutes a game. Um, he was drafted number 6 by the Brooklyn Nets, and I guess their hope with this guy is to one day like develop him into a cornerstone piece of their offense so he can be like their franchise player, who they run their offense through. It's what I read at least. It's kind of they're kind of expecting a lot from him. And I mean, he's got a decent build. I mean, he's 6'5". He's not a small guard. They think he could be a good guy defensively. I mean, he shouldn't be a slouch. He's not small. He's 6'5", 190. So he's a skinny guy, but he's not a small guy. Um, and he could be a pretty decent all around player, depending on how he develops. And hopefully his lower back injury doesn't bother him too much. Um, yeah. Other than that, I mean, seems kind of promising. I mean, not as promising as some other guys in the draft class, but not a bad pick at all. Depending on where you think his ceiling is, and if he hits his ceiling rather than bottoming out.
did they give you any like player comps when you was reading about them, or not really?
No, I didn't really see any player comps. I ain't gonna lie. I should have just looked it
Okay.
up myself.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Uh, from the Boston Celtics, I got Baylor Shimerman. So Baylor Shimerman from Nebraska, but went to college in Creighton for his last 2 years. Nothing crazy statistically. Averaged 5 points per game last season, 3 rebounds. He was 40% from the field, and I do feel one of the benefits of trading Jalen Brown, you kind of open up more minutes, more shots for guys like Baylor Shireman on the Celtics. So Boston's kind of banking on him to become a even like more of a stat producing guy. Because right now Baylor Shireman is more like he's an energy guy, he's a hustle guy, glue piece for the Celtics. But now was when you lose a guy that just averaged 29 per game, even though you brought Jason Tatum back, the Celtics doesn't want Jason Tatum to come back next year to average 30 points a game. They kind of want him more like obviously they want his points, but they also want Tatum to be more of a playmaking point forward. So Bayless Chapman with Jalen Brown being gone, Bayless Chapman should be able to easily step up. I'm not saying be a starter, but on that second unit playing with if it's either Peyton Pritchard or the other guys, he should be like easy a second option against other bench units. So Bayless Chapman, you got dog in him too. He had like this ugly ass mullet, but we're not here to judge guys on how they look. We're just looking here to judge how they play. And he was one of the better reserves last year for the Celtics. So it's gonna be cool to see what type of leap he takes this year. Now that they're gonna need his offense even more with Jalen Brown being gone at that 2 guard spot. So I expect him to be like 8 to 10 a game, maintain that 40% from deep. Because it's not like he's out there taking like 10 threes a game, so it shouldn't be too hard to maintain that 3-point percentage. But we should be a good year of Baylor Chapman for the Celtics, in my opinion.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I had forgot to put down my notes for Conk and Nipple, but I was gonna do Conk and Nipple. But I guess I'll just touch on him,
Hey,
in the
go
next.
off the dome. Do it off the dome, Tito.
I mean, I'm not too familiar with Conk and Nipple's all stats. I
Duke
know he was a
sharpshooter.
yeah, he was a Duke sharpshooter, and I mean, last year I'm not really sure how many games he played, but I know he was really great. He was a great piece for Charlotte Hornets offense, and they drafted him number 4. He led the league in 3-point shooting. Well, 3-point shots made. Did he have? I don't. He didn't have the best percentage. I mean, maybe that's kind of irrelevant. I know he shot uh 40%, didn't he? At least 40.
Yeah, he led the league in
Are you
makes,
familiar with
but he
that?
didn't. He didn't lead the league in percentage though,
Okay. I
because
I felt like he
he
didn't
came
lead
back
it.
to he came back to earth the last 6 weeks of the
Yeah,
year.
the last 6 weeks of the year was pretty bad, but it's, I guess the expectations for the Charlotte Hornets for Con Nipple would be for him to be a one of their franchise players alongside Brandon Miller to kind of build the offense around those guys, kind of centered around them. I mean, obviously, Con Nipple, they might want to develop a little bit of his own ball game because his playmaking skills and or his shot creating is not the best, but they probably want to develop his own ball skills just a little bit more so he can be more consistent in his play because last season or like said close to the end of the season when people started actually picking up on him he kind of came back down to earth when when they was like, we know what this guy can do. So um, as far as that goes, I mean, but he's a pretty promising player. He's a good shooter. He's already proven that. I mean, you know, from Duke, pretty prestigious school. So I mean, I expect good things from Con Nipple moving forward. I don't think he'll get worse. I think he'll get better. I'm not really sure where his ceiling is. I'm not really sure where he plays. Like, I'm not sure if he's going to be like closer to like a Klay Thompson type guy. Like, like you could rely on this guy for or, offensively, but he's not really like is he a defensive stopper? I'm not really sure if he's a defensive stopper either. So yeah, I'm not really sure who to compare him to, but I expect him to steadily improve and build off of a great rookie season, which he's had. Because, like, regardless, at the end of the day, he finished number 2 in Rookie of the Year votes, which he could have had Rookie of the Year himself if he would have just, finished a little stronger. But I just expect young fella to build on his momentum and keep growing, and hopefully he actually does become a pivotal piece in Charlotte and an exciting player to watch in his own right. Him and Brandon Miller can do something special in Charlotte, especially after getting rid of LaMelo. So he definitely should see more shots, regardless.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people kind of compare Nipple to Klay Thompson offensively and JJ Redick, but when you trade LaMelo Ball, there got to be more that you're hoping for Nipple, and this is something I never actually heard anybody say. If Nipple get a better on-ball game, there's no reason he can't be like Devin Booker. Devin Booker isn't crazy athletic in terms of beating guys with his athleticism, but Devin Booker is extremely skilled, extremely poised. Like he'll come down, boom boom, rise up, shoot, fade away, mid range, 3-pointer, post turnaround. Like Nipple could, if Nipple gets better on ball game, I don't see why he can't be like a Devin Booker at score, which is extremely high praise considering Devin Booker is like 25, 27, 28. He has 30 points per game in him. But if the Charlotte Hornets are going to be relevant with Colin Kaepernick being one of their better players, they don't need him being JJ Redick, Klay Thompson. They need him being like a Devin Booker because Klay Thompson looked great besides Steph Curry, but I don't know if Klay Thompson is good enough to actually carry your team if he's the primary scorer, if that makes sense. So
That makes sense. That makes sense. And that is high praise for Concaniple. But I mean, and like I said, I expect him to get better because he got some dog in him. He got some dog in him. I mean, he showed that in the what, the summer league or whatever, or was it wasn't the summer league. But he had got like he like tweaked his leg or something like that. But he wanted to play through it. It was early. It was before the season. I forgot what it was like. They was like trying to compete for the little championship or whatever, something like that.
yeah, that was
And he
summer
was
league.
like, no, yeah, that was something like, okay. He was like, yeah, like I'm playing, bro, or he wanted to play. But he got some dog in him, some fight in him. So he's better than what I was thinking he was gonna be. Honestly, I didn't think he was gonna be a scrub. I'm gonna go ahead and say that. I never thought he was gonna be a scrub. At the number 4 pick, I pray you're not a scrub. But I didn't think he was gonna come out as hot and as good as he looked for Charlotte. But I mean, now I mean, the pressure's on. It's just on him to kind of be in the gym and get better.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Colin Kaepernick can shoot with the best of them, but
Yeah,
if he gets that on ball game, like he doesn't have to be Kyrie Irving on the ball, but if
yeah,
he just have enough dribble where he's not getting like ripped or like just easily just picked off, I think Colin Kaepernick's ceiling could be much higher than we actually give him credit for because we know about the guys went above him like Cooper Flag, Dylan Harper, VJ Edgecombe, and even Ace Bailey who went after him, but Colin Kaepernick got something that none of those guys have is he can shoot out of this world. I mean, Colin Kaepernick was already a top 5 shooter in the NBA, and that's not like hyperbolic. Like, there's not 5 guys better than Colin Kaepernick from an efficiency standpoint and a volume standpoint. And I think Colin Kaepernick kind of just got hit by that rookie wall at the end of the season. But I think next year, with LaMelo, without LaMelo, he should still be a 40% shooter because he doesn't take bad shots. So that's something you really like about good shooters. When good shooters take good shots, they usually go in more than they miss. So, Cockadipple, man, ceiling's yours. Michael Brown Jr. for the Brooklyn Nets. He's in a weird spot because the Nets just drafted 4 guards last year, and now here's a 5th one. On top of having Julius Randle, who likes to have the ball, on top of Michael Porter Jr. But at least with Michael Porter Jr. likes to have the ball in a standpoint where if he catches
he
the
shoot.
ball, he's catching and shooting or catching and driving. He's not going to catch the ball and then like pound it flat. But
Yeah,
with the Nets, I'm curious if they're going to play Brown beside Igor. Igor is their 6'8" point guard they drafted last year. Who he looks really well this summer league. They actually just shut him down, but that's gonna be like a big backcourt with those two. Michael Porter Jr. probably at the 3, Julius Randle at the 4. Like that's gonna be a big squad. The Nets, there's not much hope for the Nets from a betting standpoint, but
yeah,
I think the Nets still might be at the bottom of the Eastern Conference. But at least when people play them, it's not going to be like people just blowing them out by 40, 50 points as people are making out to be. Like these guys, they might be playing with some pride next year, man. And it could really start if your guy, Michael Brown Jr., if he does what he should do. Because he was ranked higher than what he was. He just got hurt at Louisville, so he kind
yeah.
of fell down the table.
It's a lower back injury, and it's crazy because I mean, like you was talking about Michael Porter Jr., their scorer on their team, who is actually it's crazy because as good as Michael Porter Jr. is, he's supposed to have been a lot better, but due to his back injuries, which hopefully do not hold Mikael Brown Jr. back. Um, but yeah, maybe he could talk to him about some of the stuff he did though to work through it.
Yeah, exactly.
So
All right,
yeah.
man. Well, I mean, that's pretty much it for this video. Our next video, we'll pick 2 guys again a piece. We got the Chicago Bulls, Cleveland Cavaliers, Dallas Mavericks, and the Denver Nuggets, man. So, CB, more interesting guys, man. Keep this series going. T-Dub, appreciate you hopping on, bro, as always.
Yes, sir.
Keep it going, man. Till next time.
Yes, sir.